Today I'm going to share with you guys 5 editing tricks in DaVinci Resolve that will have you editing like a pro. The first thing we're going to talk about is compound clips. Compound clips are actually very important, very helpful. I'll show you guys how to use a compound clip and give you an example why you might want to. I have 3 clips here, right? Let's say I want to combine them into one so I can just edit everything on one without having to worry about editing each individually, without having to worry about moving them separately and stuff. I've already decided I want them to be one. Well, I hit new compound clip. I can name the compound clip whatever, compound clip alpha, sure, why not? And then hit create, and it turns them all into a compound clip. Now, this is useful for a number of reasons. Let me go ahead and undo that. I just hit Control Z to undo, Command Z if you're on a Mac, and it just undid it. One of the biggest reasons you might want to do a compound clip, let's say you have a project file with a ridiculous amount of these. Well, so it would be a lot less intense on your computer. You would want to create a compound clip. Now I'm going to once again undo all that stuff I did because we don't really need them all right now, but those are the biggest scenarios you'd use a compound clip. If you already have everything in place and you want to condense it down to one layer or two per se, two tracks rather, not layers, but tracks rather. If you have audio, it will be 2 tracks because you can actually compound clip something with audio. It would just make an audio track and a video track for you, so there's no trouble there. But we only have 3 clips and they are all literally 1 minute long. So that's what I did. I actually recorded these and whatnot, and those are the clips I'm using. So that's why you might want to use compound clips. Now, let's talk about adding transitions, okay? Transitions are actually pretty easy to add in DaVinci Resolve. You just go over, make sure your effects are open. Once they are, your effects will appear either on the top or on the bottom. I just have them on the bottom for me personally. That's just a personal preference though, so keep that in mind. And then we click on video transitions. If we want, we can click this arrow if it appears. If it doesn't, then you just have the standard DaVinci Resolve transitions it came with, which is just fine. The big one that people use are usually dissolves. Like this blur dissolve, for example. Let's go ahead and put this, I guess, here, but we will want to actually make it a lot smaller. We want it to be like almost instant. Yeah, that's what we want it to be, just almost instant for us. Let's actually go ahead and zoom in a bit more so maybe we can get even more of the instant. And this is how it would look. Go straight from there to there. That is what we want with that. Like I said, zoom in so you can get more of a control. And let's say you like it like this. That actually brings us to the next area, okay? The next area is going to save us a lot of time, and that is transition presets. Because if we drag this once again on something else, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be super long again. And then we got to go through all the changes and settings we had to before. Well, not anymore. We can actually click on the transition, right click on the transition, then hit create transition preset. You want to make it something you know what it is. So I'm going to go iTechnically blur dissolve preset, hit OK, and then if we scroll all the way down here, you will see, well, we gotta go up a bit because I have some paid plugins and whatnot. But if we scroll down under wipe to user, there's our dissolve preset. Like right here, for example. And then if we go ahead, make this bigger, and then click on it, you will see that it keeps the same parameters that we put in. And now that we have that there, we are going to go ahead and put our transitions on so you can see the full effect. See, I got it from preset, so it's definitely set to 1 second. And that's how you save the presets. Now, I will warn you that every now and then it is a bit buggy, especially if you're on 18. Sometimes the presets get a bit wonky from time to time, or they're a little temperamental. They are better than nothing though, so I do highly recommend that you play around and find what is best for you with the presets. Now, while we're in the effects section, we have favorites. Favorites actually is pretty good. Pretty cool, actually. Because, okay, so here's how favorites work. Down here, there's a favorite section. Yours might be blank. Mine is filled with stuff I use regularly. You simply just go over to something, anything that you use regularly, and then just click this, and it adds it to the favorite. And then if you don't want it on the favorite anymore, say you're tired of it, don't want to use it again, just click it again, it takes it off the favorites. And the favorites let you just drag this stuff from here, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually very good personally. Like for example, say I wanted to put this here, and then I would bring this over here, make it a bit smaller, bring it over here so you guys aren't seeing the same exact thing. I will flip it just for the purposes of this. And then in my favorite section, I have drop shadow. So I just apply drop shadow here, and it's literally as if I went in and found a drop shadow thing myself, and I don't have to worry about typing in drop and try to find the drop shadow thing. It's already in my favorites, so it just does it automatically. It's very handy. I highly recommend it. And then finally, we have power bins. Okay. Power bins are very useful. The biggest use of power bins is that no matter which thing you change to, like if you go up here and hit Project Manager and you picked a whole different project, the power bin would still be here. All the power bins, you can put folders in the power bins by hitting new bins and stuff. So you can take them all across all of your different projects and you don't have to worry about a thing with that. Now, in order to use power bins, all you have to do is go over to these three dots here, click on it, and then hit Show Power Bins. And then it shows it there. By default, I believe Show Smart Bins is on, which you can keep on if you really want, but I don't use Smart Bins personally, but I do use Power Bins because I do think they are very handy, and I do recommend that you try to take advantage of them the best you can. But yeah, let me know if you guys found this helpful in any way, shape, or form. I tried to put time codes in the description below so you guys could skip to a certain subject that you might find more helpful than others. If you would like more editing tips type video, definitely let me know. Comment section below. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.